a brand new format for the show. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's get into the show. Give it about 5 minutes and we'll start. It's good to Slowdown music video. Nice surprise. Hope you guys like it.
Slow. I won't slow you down. I'll try to hold you down. My eyes are open now. Won't slow you down. Won't slow you down. She want me never on the road, and yet I get her when I go. Want me forever getting close, but like me better when I close down. So many meetups gotta hold down. So many meetings on the road now. I gotta leave her for the show, but she really saying no. She believe I gotta slow. Just try to know. I need a moment on the island, no. I need to know where every vibe can go. I need a moment where the time is slow, but she told me slow down on crypto. She doesn't know this is it though. Need a vacation from the big show. Need a vacation from the get-go. She told me slow down on crypto. The market is a give go. I get more. I'm living on the world tour. Score more. Retired from the board floor. I'm more for it. They're telling me to slow down, but not now. The minute that it goes down, I buy out. Got another tour stop. But never where the tour stop. I just try to know. I need a moment on the island though. I need to know where every vibe can go. I need a moment where the time is slow, but she told me slow down on crypto. She doesn't know this is it though. Need a vacation from the big show. Need a vacation from the get-go. She told me slow down on crypto. She doesn't know this is it though. Need a vacation from the big show. Need a vacation from the get-go. She told me slow down on I won't slow you down. I'll try to hold you down. My eyes are open now. Won't slow you down. Won't slow you down.
Hope you guys like that. We'll be starting shortly. Let's give it about 3 or 4 more minutes.
Time is all money, always check it on my wrist. I ain't lit this long, ever let this minute slip. Learning from the lessons, just forgive but don't forget. Walking through the fire, homie.
So we're here in Tel Aviv, Israel, at iAngel's headquarters.
Feel flow like it's water, know that I just took a sip.
This is one of the premier funds and blockchain investment companies here in Tel Aviv. And just here to network, see what they're working on, see what projects they love here in Tel Aviv, and just see how we can really help each other out.
iAngels is really a hybrid platform and a VC that specializes in high-tech startups in Israel, specializes in investing in them.
We've just been compelled to kind of share our passion and share our conviction around this industry with other investors.
My partner Shelly and myself founded the company 5 years ago with the aim to become a bridge between international investors who are eager to come in and invest in technology and the entrepreneurial landscape and what's going on here in Tel Aviv.
There aren't too many asset classes where you can invest now and have the potential to see 100 times your money. And technology has that opportunity built in.
Late 2017, we actually founded a dedicated subsidiary that specializes in blockchain investments called iCapital. Through that vehicle, we're also partnering with entrepreneurs in Israel that are crypto entrepreneurs, and we provide them with kind of like our insight and our take on investments and what could they expect from the international investor.
Yoni Asia, Toro CEO, founder. Toro.
So they're also building a lot of interesting things and kind of like a market maker.
We invest both in tokens and in equity, also security tokens, and we try to educate our audience and explain to them what we found interesting in these deals, why we decided to invest in them, and introduce them to our network.
The people that believed in Bitcoin and believed in the blockchain, despite the decrease, have enjoyed massive capital gains.
We look to invest in a very strong team with a solid idea and technologies that are intended to power the future of this ecosystem.
We have companies like DAOstack and Orbs, Space Mash, and many others that we really collaborate very tightly with the entrepreneurs.
Seeing what projects they've vetted, what they like, having them put us in touch with companies like eToro and Zinc and some other projects out there they're exploring, is just really good to kind of share deal flow and just build a good business relationship.
Hello everybody. Hope you guys like the new format of the show. Welcome to Crypto Slowdown. I'm Ian. Today it's just me on the weekend working overtime. Just me, no Raphael, no Paresh. They're all busy on the weekend. But yeah guys, we're trying to make this consistent. We're building this from the ground up all over again. Token Metrics. Hope you guys have already signed up on the invite list. Tokenmetrics.com. But this is a brand new show, brand new format, and let's get into it. So let's see who was first on the stream. Shout out to Chuck. Hey, with Chuck, how are you? Kramer, Burris, Dylan. Hey, what's up? Supo. Yes. Let me know if you guys have any issues with the audio. Just post in the comments. But it's gonna be a pretty in-depth show. Probably about an hour. Just an hour with me. Altcoin College. Hey, what's up? Great to have you here. King Nick in the house. Crypto family. Anubi. Mark. Hey, Mark. How are you? All right. So this is going out everywhere pretty much. It's going out on my old channel, Diary of a Made Man, and Token Metrics, and our Twitter, and our Facebook. We're live streaming everywhere. Even Periscope, yes. Hey, what's up, bro? Cedric, great to hear from you. Okay. So let's just get into it, right? So on the agenda, let me share my screen. I'm working with a new live stream software here, so just bear with me, guys. Bear with me as I work this. Okay, there we go. You guys should be seeing the agenda, right? So I'll be taking questions, right? Just an hour long AMA with me, maybe even longer. Go to menti.com, MENTI.com, and use the code 76642. That's 76642. On the agenda today. Okay, guys, hold on. Sorry. I have the wrong screen. You guys should still be able to see me. So, all right, there we go. You guys should be able to see my face now. You guys got to see my handsome face. But first thing first, before we kind of get into it, I want to give a quick shout out to eToro. eToro is bringing this live stream to you guys. They're our sponsor. So be sure to go to tokenmetrics.com/eToro. eToro is getting into the crypto game. They're now building cryptocurrency exchanges. They have Bitcoin. They've been around for a long time, definitely more regulated than most of the crypto companies out there. And I think these guys are going to do big things. Definitely not financial advice, right? As usual, guys, always do your own research, right? I know the market is pretty dark and stark for altcoins. So most people have been trading, right? Especially with futures and things like that. I definitely want to get into that into the show, but just definitely make sure if you're trading crypto, go check out eToro. All right. So first thing first, Bakkt. Yes, guys, Bakkt is now accepting Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals, right? So for those who've been following us on our Telegram, you guys saw that we put this out in the Telegram, right? So today's Bakkt's warehouse opens for customer Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals. Blah blah blah. Anyway, let's click on the link here. So they put this on their Twitter, right? So basically, starting on the 23rd of September. They're launching. Now, I'm not going to pretend I know what's going to happen because I don't, right? Just like anybody out there, we're all guessing. We all don't know, right? But all I know is I recall back I was in Miami last year for a Crypto World Tour event. It was this was before we went to South America. So I think around February, maybe March. And a guy I know, this guy comes from the private equity side of things, worked on Wall Street, from Harvard, smart guy. He was kind of getting into crypto, but as soon as he heard that they announced the futures back in December, he was like, it's done. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's done. Like now people are going to be able to short it. And back then I didn't really believe him. But he basically called the end of the top of the bull market, right? About I would say pretty much right then and there. And he was spot on. He was 100% right. So I should probably contact him and see how this is going to affect crypto going forward. Me being the optimist that I am, I always think things like this are going to be positive, right? Because institutional investors now are going to be able to invest in crypto. I mean, that is huge, right? Because as you guys know, I've been studying for my Series 65 exam. Not sure if you guys can see this here, right? Just finished the book. This is thick, right? So definitely far from becoming a registered investment advisor, but this is the first step. Now I have to take an in-person class, and the stuff I've been learning in here is definitely beneficial, I think, for any investor, right? I mean, to the point where I've learned so much just from this book and this knowledge. Now I kind of get why the SEC has SEC and FINRA have such high standards and thresholds for anybody out there to really talk about investing or offer investment advice or their opinion or whatever you want to call it, right? So the fact now that we have a company that's really graduated and kind of met the threshold and the requirements, I think is great for the space, because now all the institutional investors, right, the guys who do this for a living, right, besides us, like who are just kind of more like passive investors who didn't really go to school for it or work in Wall Street for this, right? We just kind of stumbled into all this, right, because of the crypto bull market. But anyway, I think this is great for crypto, right? If you guys have any comments or questions, right, just ask me on the Token Metrics YouTube channel. I should be able to pull up the. Okay, maybe not. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I should be able to pull up the comments. So any questions or comments on Bakkt? Okay, Shazad says, hello man, Bakkt, another great step for BTC adoption. Guys, I think this is huge. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to take crypto to the moon, right? Because I've kind of already been there, right? I've been that crypto fanboy. So now I'm kind of more of a realist, right? I think it's definitely a good start. And I'm definitely curious to see if it's going to trigger any mainstream adoption for crypto. I definitely know institutions, right? I saw somebody posted an article saying that they believe the 6th biggest Bitcoin wallet now is owned by Bakkt. I think this was just speculation at the time. I'm not sure if this has been confirmed, right? But if that's the case, that's huge. I mean, actually, that makes me think they've been the ones who've probably been shorting Bitcoin. Because institutional investors are smart like that, right? Because as soon as we launched the futures back in December, Bitcoin and crypto went down, right? Because there's no way they're going to buy the top, right? So I know lots of people think that there was lots of manipulation of people trying to bring the price down so that they could accumulate at a very low price. And hey, maybe that's the case, right? But anyway, that's good news for us that more people are getting into crypto. Okay, Binance is getting into the stablecoin game, right? So Binance, okay, that's not what I want. Yeah, actually, that's it. Yeah, Binance and Paxos have announced a partnership to launch USD denominated stablecoin, Binance USD, BUSD, which has received approval from the New York State Department of Financial Services. I mean, that is pretty legit, because we all know New York is one of the strictest states in America when it comes to crypto, right? They have the whole, I think, bit license is called, right? So if you go here on the Binance site, right, they basically have more info on it. I mean, guys, Binance has been crushing it. I mean, I gotta give respect where respect is due. Binance, they've been crushing it, right? I'll discuss Binance towards the end of this news section before we kind of get into the AMA, right? But I think that's definitely good. Then, if we go to here, Paxos has launched a gold-backed cryptocurrency, right? So it seems everybody's launching either stablecoins or gold-backed cryptocurrencies. It seems like it's really something investors are really looking for, right? So if you go here, this is pegged to gold. I'm not sure how well this is going to do, quite frankly, right? This isn't the first time somebody has done a gold-backed cryptocurrency, but I see here this is also backed by New York State, which is pretty good, right? Because as mentioned before, they're pretty strict with their requirements, and as we know, Binance Americans, people like us, can't really use Binance anymore, right? But Binance is now launching their U.S. exchange, and I think they're definitely trying to clean up their act, right? Because as you guys know, lots of people have been speculating that they were more like a security. They weren't really abiding by any kind of regulations when it comes to just crypto, right? But now that they're coming into the U.S., trying to take Coinbase and Gemini's lunch. They definitely have to do everything by the book. So it's good kind of seeing these companies now kind of do all of this, right? And I think this is really the next frontier for exchanges. Whatever exchange wins the American market, I think it's gonna win out overall, right? So I think Binance has really been neglecting the U.S. market for a while, right? I mean, as Americans, we can't invest on their IEOs, right? For a good reason, right? Because we've all seen what happens in the bear market, and now I'm really curious to see how innovation happens, right? Because America cannot get left behind, right? I know all the my foreign audience would say, who cares about America? But I mean, I feel like America is needed because it's such a large part of the global economy, right? You can't really just neglect, like, I don't know what number America is, but like the biggest economic country out there, right? From being part of this blockchain revolution. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the news here. Huobi launches the blockchain phone. I mean, so this kind of piqued my interest because I saw this, right? This is the Huobi phone. So it says Huobi announced on Tuesday the launch of the Acute Angle blockchain phone for $515. The Acute Angle is made by Whole Network, blah blah blah. Okay, so it's a company Huobi invested in. Okay, that makes more sense. So if you go here, this seems pretty slick. My guess is this is just an Android phone. Makes me think of Pundi X and their Function X phone, right? Because when I spoke to Zach, the CEO, this was in Malta last year. Yeah, I spoke with him in Malta, and he said that because I was like, why did you launch a phone? Like, you had an ICO to do point of sale devices. Like, what business do you have launching a phone? And he told me, he's like, the point of sale devices are basically just Android devices that we put our own software for point of sale devices. So he said it's basically a dumb phone. And he told me that why not take off the restrictions, right? Why not take off the, what's those things called on a horse? The blinders on a horse? Take off the blinders on a horse, right? Take off the blinders on a stallion and just let it run, right? So I was like, okay, that makes sense, right? Since the device was already a phone, why not just make it a smartphone as opposed to a dumb phone, right? And I haven't really heard much from the Function X. It hasn't really gained much adoption, right? I also know there was that other company, I think Siren Labs, that also did a blockchain phone, right? But I'm curious to see what Huobi is up to. The page is all in Chinese. Ni hao, tell my audience in China. But I don't really know Chinese or read Chinese except for xie, which means thank you. Okay, anyway, let me just stop there before I embarrass myself. Okay, then Line. Guys, first of all, this is great news this week. Lots of big companies, right? Bakkt, Binance, Paxos with the New York State licenses, Huobi, and now Line is getting a license for their own crypto exchange. I mean, for those who don't know, Line is a messaging app in Korea, I believe, right? Line, similar to WhatsApp, similar to Telegram. It's basically the biggest messaging app in Korea, right? So they're getting. So it says the approval will allow the firm to offer cryptocurrency trading services to over 80 million users. I mean, we all know the kimchi factor. Okay, this page is all in Korean as well. The only Korean I know is Oppa, Oppa and Kamsahamnida. You see it? Okay, anyway. So that's all we have there for Korea, but I think this is big, right? I'm actually, okay, sorry, my bad. This is not Korean. This is Japanese, my bad, guys. This is Japanese, sorry. Korea is Kakao, right? Japan is Line. Okay, so 80 million users in Japan. Do I know Japanese? What Japanese do I know? Oh man, I can't believe I forgot my Japanese. But anyway, Japan has been pretty forward in terms of paving the path forward for crypto, right? They were one of the first countries to really regulate it, but there hasn't really been a big exchange to my knowledge, right? But I know there are definitely some that are popping up. Lion getting this is definitely cool. I also know one, I think it's called, it was the one that Celsius got listed on. Celsius, the lending platform. They got this. Let me pull up coin market cap here, guys. Just give me a second. I think it was called Q1, but they rebranded themselves. Liquid, yeah, Liquid Exchange. I believe this is Japanese, or they're licensed in Japan. Yeah, so September 2017, first global cryptocurrency exchange to be officially licensed by the Japan Financial Services Agency, right? And one thing, guys, I've noticed that lots of projects have been listing on Liquid. It seems like it's really one of the better exchanges for cryptocurrency products that are looking to do everything by the book, i.e., no volume, no wash trading, no bad market makers, or I guess rather no unethical market makers. Because let me put in Liquid, right? Okay, here we go. Because if we pull up, this is a Japanese exchange. Actually, sorry, it's everywhere, but licensed in Japan. And if we go to their volume, yeah, it's not really much, right? But they're doing everything by the book. And I know lots of companies that are really listing on there, I think, to do everything by the book. But anyway, I think that's big news. Okay, let's take some questions here. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Lost Figure in the house, loving the live streams. Yeah, I've had to show people the Crypto Slowdown music video. Nice tease. Get to the questions already. Hey guys, we'll get to the questions. We gotta give people some time, right? Once again, menti.com. Use the code 76642 to send your questions. We'll get there, guys. Almost done, almost finished. Just covering the news. Think of this as your nice Cliff Notes version, the nice recap, right? As people are getting in their questions. Okay, Binance Futures platform. Where did I? Yeah, so Binance purchased GEX. I saw that. So now they have two futures exchanges, right? They bought one, called it Binance GEX, GEX, I believe. Then the other one was one they built in-house, and then they're having the community vote on it, trying to figure out which one is a better platform. But I'm loving this. I'm loving the whole, how all these exchanges now are kind of competing with each other. You have Binance, you have BitMEX, you have Bybit, which has been blowing up, guys, because I've seen every YouTuber just basically promoting Bybit exchange. And if actually, let me pull this up here, Bybit, right? Because I saw their growth. Their growth is incredible, right? If we pull up here on this plugin I have, SimilarWeb, right? Their traffic is insane, right? In February, they're getting 113,000 visitors, then 60,000, then 165,000 in March, then 740,000 in May, then it, actually, hold on, this is backwards. In April, sorry. Then in May, they got 1.3 million, and now 3.3 million. I mean, these guys are 100x things from just like people on YouTube joining their affiliate program. And I'm like, wow, I mean, damn, maybe I should join the program. But anyway, I'm definitely seeing investor groups on Telegram are now kind of almost purely trading, right? Nobody's really doing IEOs. I know Binance BNB has been dropping in price, right? I definitely have something I want to show you on Token Metrics. Actually, let me pull this up right now, actually. Right, so we're adding new functionality to Token Metrics, right? Okay, can I log in here? Okay, so for those who don't know, this is Token Metrics, the platform we're building. Definitely make sure you sign up for the waitlist, right? We're not launching anytime soon, so not trying to make you guys FOMO, but we are slowly taking on private testers for feedback. We are doing community surveys, but anyway, what I wanted to show you, right? All this data is not been fully cleansed or finalized, right? But this is kind of how the platform will look like, and we just added this new feature. Let me know if you guys think this is of any help or value, right? This is a price prediction, right? So looking at this is a machine learning model our data scientist has been working on, that helps predict the price of a token or coin. Right. So in this case, the way this works is this has a 91% accuracy for predicting the price of BNB over the last 30 days. Right. Then over the last 30 days before that, basically 2 months ago, right, it was about 80% accuracy. Then 90 days ago, it was basically about 93%, 94% accuracy, right? So right now we're only displaying data for tokens that have an accuracy over 90% because we don't want to make sure our data is clean, right? And we're backwards testing all this. But according to this, right, the price of BNB is going from $27 over the future, over the next 30 days, right? So we're expecting September 25th, the price to be at $25. And that's with the over 90% accuracy based on the last month, right? Obviously, past performance is not indicative of future performance, right? Definitely do your own research, right? Don't just blindly buy or sell, right? But this is kind of the value we're trying to create with Token Metrics. If you think this is good, smash the like buttons, retweet and share, and post a comment and let me know, right? Because we're trying to make sure whatever we build is of value to our customers and our audience, right? Once again, this is going to be we'll have different tiers. We'll have a free service with very basic features, right? Maybe like just IEO, something like that. And then we'll have something that's more premium, right? Where you pay a monthly fee for it, where you have access to all tokens trading on exchanges, for example, and then some other features that we can't really discuss yet until we've kind of gotten the go-ahead from our legal team. But this is something I'm trying to build. So let me know if you guys think this is of value. And yeah, let me get to the questions. Link to the page. So to sign up, go to tokenmetrics.com. Right? Go here, put in your email. Definitely make sure you're subscribed to us on social media, right? YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, IG, Telegram, even LinkedIn, right? As you guys can see, right? We're trying to take everybody to the moon together. That's kind of the idea of the platform, right? But anyway, that was that. Oh, Blockstack, guys. So I got this email from Blockstack. They were saying, okay, guys, let me see if I can pull this up. So I went to Edgar. Yeah, so if you go to the SEC's Edgar site, right? Blockstack filed a filing with the SEC recently. It's called a 1-U, right? And nobody really has covered this yet, to my knowledge. But I saw this because I'm part of their mailing list, and they mentioned that they're coming onto foreign exchanges, and I was like, okay, because I mean, as somebody who's kind of been looking more into security tokens, right? I've really been digging deeper into this, right? For those who don't know, Blockstack is doing a security token offering, right? We've covered it on our review, right? If you go to Stacks Token, let me pull this up. Yeah, Stacks Token. So they were the first SEC qualified token, meaning the SEC, they're doing a Reg A offering or Reg A Plus offering with the SEC. The SEC went through and has a requirement, and they've met the requirement to the point the SEC hasn't approved but qualified them. Right? They don't use the term approved. The SEC will never use that term, but they have qualified them, meaning that they think, okay, you guys have made enough public disclosures that you can do this, the first security token offering in the U.S. And that is, can you guys see me? Okay, sorry guys, seems there's an issue with the webcam here. Do you guys see me? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was frozen for a while. Okay, do you guys see me now? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so the first SEC qualified offering. Now, this means that they have to do everything by the book because the SEC is watching. They have to file everything with the SEC. Now, the most recent filing they had here, right, if we pull this up here, because I kind of deduced this from their email and said, okay, they made a filing with the SEC for exchanges. That's very interesting because, as you guys know, there isn't really an exchange for security tokens that has launched in the U.S. I mean, they keep talking about T0 and Open Finance, but Open Finance is more like a EtherDelta. It's not really like, it's a peer-to-peer exchange, right? It's not really like an actual exchange like Binance. And T0 is, I haven't even used them. I'm not sure if it's even launched yet or if there's volume or liquidity. But this is what caught my eye, right? This is where, let's see here. Can I make this bigger? Okay, exchange listings outside of the United States. The company is currently in discussions with certain organizations that operate token exchanges located in jurisdictions outside of the United States regarding the potential listing of Stacks token on those exchanges. I mean, so basically they go on to say that whatever exchange they're in conversation with outside of the US will, right, it says here, we note that US persons will not be permitted to buy and sell Stacks tokens through these token exchanges. So guys, this is big for security tokens. It's basically saying that if you're an American company, you can go through and get qualified with the SEC, like how Blockstack and Props have done, right? The first two SEC qualified security tokens. And the SEC won't really care the SEC won't care if you don't disclose. Sorry, hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, hold on. I'm having issues with my computer here. Okay, sorry. So let's do that all over again. Okay, so the SEC will turn a blind eye as long as whatever exchange lists your security token outside of the US does not take American investors. That is big. That's like the golden ticket, right? Because that's basically saying if you're an American company, if you file your paperwork with the SEC and you do everything by the book and get qualified, they're okay with it as long as you list on an exchange that does not take American investors. So if Blockstack goes to Binance, goes to KuCoin, goes to Huobi, right? So the exchanges that don't take Americans are Binance, right? Binance just kicked off American investors. So hypothetically, based on their SEC filing, this U-1, Blockstacks could get listed on Binance as a security token in the US, but outside the US, Binance is going to view it as just a regular utility token, right? Because what they have are security tokens that act like utility tokens, right? So basically because our team has kind of gone through their offering statement, and basically what they're saying is because they're in the US, they filed the security token paperwork, but they didn't really acknowledge that they were security token. They just did it because it was required by the law, right? So they could then go outside the US and claim that they're on the security token, right? Because they're basically security tokens that don't give any equity or ownership, right? That's what their offering statement says, I believe, right? So, but anyway, guys, I think this is huge. I think this is big news, right? And I think we'll kind of wrap it up there. Okay, now let me go and take some questions from the audience. Actually, let me first check the comments here. How much is Bitcoin going to be? I'm not sure. I'm not really in the price predicting. Oh, actually, you know what? Actually, we are in the price predicting business now. I forgot I don't think the model we have for Bitcoin is accurate enough to display. Let me pull this up here. Yeah, it's not really accurate enough to display for Bitcoin, right? But guys, yeah, let me know what you guys think of the feature, right? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know in our Telegram group, right? And in general, I mean, for guys who saw the platform, actually, not everybody probably saw the platform. So let me just do a quick demo of it again for those who may have missed it, right? Because it was at the end of the live stream, right? So just give me a minute here. Okay, so this is Token Metrics, the platform, right? This is the souped up on steroids version of the spreadsheet, right? The idea is, okay, so this is kind of like CoinMarketCap. The only difference is we're focused on data, giving you analytics and data-driven insights, right? So the idea is we'll have sections for each category for IEOs. Right now, ignore the data because we're just kind of testing things out, right? But we'll have IEOs here. I'm thinking of making the IEO section free for the community, right? That way you guys kind of have something to look at and to try out the platform. Then we'll have token ratings, right? This is I think, the big feature. Right? This is what's going to be the premium feature, right? The idea is getting all the tokens out there on exchanges and rating them, right? We have over 100 different data points, right? So if we go to Ethereum here, right, this is going to be kind of like a central resource for you to gather everything that we think hopefully makes you a better investor, right? Hopefully, because the main thing I've learned in the last 3 years in the crypto space is that investors mess up on one of three things, right? It says that investors mess up on picking what investment to make, right? They typically pick the wrong investment. But let's say you have that right? You pick the right investment. Then you also have to know when to buy, right? So you have to pick the right investment, know when to buy, and know when to sell. So those are 3 points, right? I believe this term is called confluence, right? So most investors get one of these three wrong, and that's why they end up losing money, right? Because lots of people are actually right when it comes to picking an investment is going to go up, but still lose money, right? Which is pretty hard to believe, but that's because they get one of those three wrong, right? Either they pick the wrong investment, right? Or if they pick the right investment, they bought it at the wrong time, or they sold it at the wrong time, right? So all of that matters. So we're trying to leverage data and analytics and machine learning to solve that problem, right? But anyway, this is the overview page. So we have our team that has gone through and done fundamental reviews of this. Ignore this data, right? The fundamental score is not correct, right? Because our team is fixing the grading system and the weights of how this works, right? Now the technology score for Ethereum is correct. Our developer has gone through and actually done a thorough in-depth review on this, right? Ethereum is pretty solid technology-wise, right? This is how it's gonna look. Then technical analysis. Ignore this for now, right? We're still working on this, right? We have over 18 different indicators, but the issue right now is we're backwards testing this, and we're trying to make sure it's accurate, right? So right now it's not as accurate as we would like, right? But this is kind of how this would be, right? Then we have metrics for all the data nerds who want to have as much data as possible, right? This is how it's going to look like, right? Imagine having this on every single token out there, right? And the best part, this has been fully automated, right, with our software, right? And then predictions, right? Right now we don't have a model good enough to show predictions for Ethereum, but anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this, right? Definitely let me know in the comments, right? And also let me know how much you guys think this should be, right? Let me know what a reasonable price is to charge for this per month, right? I definitely want to take the community's input, right? Let me know how much I think somebody mentioned last time they would pay $9.99 a month for it. Let me know kind of the range you have, right? Like what a good price is, what a expensive price is, and what a super expensive price is that you would say, hey, no way. Okay, anyway, that's kind of it. Let's now get into the actual AMA, because I know you guys want to talk to me. Okay, let's pull up here. Okay, now let me just filter through all the questions here. Okay, so if anybody who has questions, go to menti.com, menti.com, and use the code 76642. Okay, this person is saying, do you think Covalent AI is an all-star project? Harvard team behind it? We haven't looked into it, honestly, right? Let me check it out real quick, right? Okay, Covalent AI. Okay, is this it? This looks Chinese, Japanese. I don't even know what this is. Unity, the right way to monetize your enterprise data. Kova Unity is a blockchain protocol that allows the monetization of enterprise data without compromising user data privacy. Okay. Well, guys, now we have a whole new system of grading projects. All right, we have basically a team of 5 going through and doing research or analysis on different parts of each project, from the technology to the fundamentals and everything, right? So just looking at this, I can't really give it a score, right? But I'm not seeing much information here, right? I'm seeing investors. Hubi invested, FBG, Node Capital, Zen Fund. Okay, I'm not seeing any info on the team, but I'm seeing text saying they went to Harvard, Princeton, and Munich and all this, and Google, but I'm not seeing actual links to the team. I'm not sure if they're in stealth mode or what have you, but I mean, nowadays, guys, you got to be very, very cautious. Very, very cautious, right? So, for example, let's pull up, this is our new spreadsheet, right? So this is what's being put into the backend of Token Metrics and then being automated, right? So that we get data from different data sources. But this is like the manual version of it. Right? As of now, these are the current scores for the fundamentals, right? For different projects, for the top 40, I believe. Right? Yeah, so we've gone to, hey, what's up, Barry? Barry in the house, crypto family. Okay, so since we're here, I might as well just kind of share with you how we score projects right now, right? So Bitcoin, obviously, 94%. Ethereum, 87%. Right, so kind of the same grading scale, right? I think anything over 80% is like solid, right? Ironically, Bitcoin Cash is at 80%. I have to double check with the team about this. Monero, 87%. Yeah, BNB surprisingly is at 77. Dash, 86. I think because BNB is very centralized. Blockstack, 84. Blockstack, fundamental-wise, has scored well. Zcash 90%, Chainlink 84%, Cosmos 85%, BAT 87%, Hubi 65%. Sorry, Hubi. Qtum 70%, Theta 77%, Augur 84%. Okay, Augur is still being scored, and some of these I think are still being scored. So basically, only look at the ones that are complete. Right, for the most part. But yeah, that's kind of that. Then let's go to the technology. This is our technology score or spreadsheet, right? So projects that have good technology, out of 55 points, Bitcoin 54, Ethereum 54, Ripple 43, Litecoin got slaughtered. our developers like, nah, like there's no innovation, there's no, the code quality isn't there. I know that I've been hearing in the news or on social media or Twitter or whatever, right, that it seems that there isn't much development on Litecoin. Right? Binance, technology-wise, is actually pretty good. Okay. Tether, 34, not so good. EOS, 44. Stellar, 45. Cardano, 48. Tezos, 45. Chainlink, 41. Our developer didn't really like the technology. It says it lacks on innovation and architecture. We'll do in-depth reviews, right, and post this on our channel eventually, right? We're kind of first getting the whole system together, right? We put out a review on Blockstack, fundamentals on technology. We have one coming out for Perlane, right? So definitely make sure you subscribe to the Token Metrics YouTube channel. We have the technology and the fundamentals. We had it published that there's some errors in it, so we had to take it down, and we kind of made the conclusion that the long videos are too long for you guys, right? So we're gonna make them a lot smaller, right? So because the tech review was 40 minutes long, so we think it's easier to just cut that up into 4 videos of 10 minutes long, because it seems like YouTube's algorithm prefers videos under 10 minutes, right? So if you guys have any comments on that, comment down below, and our team will go through and check that. Neo 47, IOTA 44, Ethereum Classic 38, Cosmos 47. Let's see here. NEM 37, Ontology 39, Zcash 44, vSystems 45. Okay, interesting. Dogecoin or Dogecoin? I don't even know how to pronounce it nowadays. But 22. No innovation at all. Basically nothing. Bitcoin Gold. Hubi token 13. Wow. Okay, interesting. Right. So the lower we go. Okay, Mesa go 41. Yeah. So Egricia 26. Even though it's been performing well. Right. But anyway, this is kind of what our team is working on. Oh, actually, IEOs. Actually, I don't think I can show that because we have some things that are not published yet, or I guess we can't really publish yet based on the project. Let me just see. Actually, maybe I can. Let me see. Yeah, actually, maybe I can. Yeah, right? Yeah, because okay, let me bring my screen back, guys. Okay, yeah. So these were the IEOs, the technology score, right? So Acropolis, we give it a 60. Deep Cloud, we skipped it and give it a 0%. Not financial advice, obviously. Blockstack, we like a lot, as mentioned before. Facebook Libra, pretty good score. Now, mind you, the score is actually going to be higher once they launch their mainnet. Right, this is so Facebook for us, technology-wise, scores at 89% with just the testnet. Once the mainnet launches, it's going to have more points, right? Then Perlin, 87%. Casper Labs, this is a new project. They should be having some news coming out soon, right? So stay tuned. But technology-wise, this is what they get with no mainnet launch, right? Once they launch the mainnet, the score is going to improve. But yeah, guys, this is kind of what we're working on. Okay, all right, so let me take some questions here. You can't see the full chart. Which chart are you talking about? Not sure. Okay, XRP. Yeah, I kind of already said that. Yeah, guys, smash the like buttons if you guys like this video. If you guys like this live stream, right? Brand new layout, brand new titles, graphics, and effects. How did Nexo score? Nexo. Okay, let's go to Nexo. I don't think we have Nexo yet. It's not top 40. Yeah, so we don't have Nexo yet, unfortunately. Because it takes us a while to go through these projects. It's cutting off the edges of the spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see. Okay, yeah, maybe is that better? Okay, yeah, so right now we've done top 40. I think we want to do like top 50 and then finish doing the testing on the back end for token metrics, and then we can start bringing people on, right, with free IEO ratings and reviews, kind of like the old way, right, kind of like how I had my free spreadsheet, right? So I think that's kind of the idea. Okay, forgot to mention Kova launched mainnet last month and will burn 2 billion people tokens in the next 4 months. Okay, thank you, Chuck. All right, so let's see what other questions we have. Hello, hey guys from Australia, thanks for joining. What's the code? The code for the Menti is 76642. 76642. Okay. Now let's see here. We've answered that. I think we had a bunch of covalent shills in here. Let's see. Let me answer all of these. No, it's not Hall of Fame. We can't give Hall of Fame until we've done the research. Okay, here. Okay, have you heard any news about GoChain? I haven't heard any news about GoChain. I haven't been following it. The only thing I heard was that maybe they're broke, but I think that was just a rumor. I'm not sure how true that is. So I can't really say much, right? When people allege something is a project is broke or out of funds, right? I mean it was a rough bear market. I mean, lots of projects I know are broke. I mean, actually, if a project is not broke, I'll be shocked, right? Right? That means they actually did something right and were very frugal with their funds. Right, and they cashed out their Ethereum before Ethereum crashed, because Ethereum, oh man, Ethereum is wrecked, right? But our developers still likes Ethereum, the technology, right? As I showed you guys, 98% on the technology, right? But I think the technical analysis just says investors don't want to touch Ethereum at the moment, right? Nobody wants to touch Ethereum at the moment, right? Because actually, and guys, let me apologize about what I said on the last live stream. I know lots of people called me out on it saying, Ian, like, why are you so bearish on altcoins? And then you're building a platform for altcoins. I think I definitely got misunderstood. Let me add some lighting here, guys. So what I mean is, technically it's not alt season yet, right? So I mean, either you're accumulating and buying, right? Not financial advice, obviously, right? Do your own research. But I mean, to me, the way I viewed it is, I have enough altcoins in my portfolio, so I'm not in the business at the moment of accumulating more altcoins, right? If anything, my appetite for investing in had increased, right? I was more cautious and conservative with risking my investment, right? And I didn't really see anything out there, but I still do see some good altcoins, right? As I mentioned before, right? Like if we go here, right? I'm basically, when I say that 95% of alts are going to die, that means about 95%, right? That does not mean all of them are going to die, right? Because technology-wise, the alts we like right now, right? Casper, Perlin, Facebook Libra, Blockstack, right? Like those fundament or developer, right? From JP Morgan, Blockchain, Goldman Sachs, Thomson Reuters, like he's done in-depth reviews, which will be showing, and that from running nodes, sending test transactions, talking to the team, the CEOs, even for some, right, and getting all our questions answered, right? And these are the handful of projects we like, right? So if right, this does not mean you guys should do it, right? Don't blindly invest like you did with Sparkster, please. I beg you guys, don't do it, okay? Or do your own research, right? Because I'm tired of Sparkster FUD, right? But anyway, I'm saying if our team was to put any money in anything, right, it would only be in projects that have kind of gone through the gauntlet we're creating, right? So these projects here, right, these 4 projects here, I would consider, me personally or our team, putting money into them, right? But going back to what I mentioned earlier, right, it's not just about picking the right project. You have to buy it at the right time and sell at the right time, right? Because lots of people bought Bitcoin back in December 2017, January 2018. Bitcoin fundamentally, right? Good, right? Almost perfect score, right? But they bought it at the wrong time, right? So timing matters. That's why we're building token metrics, right? Because timing matters. Right, like right now, we're not bullish on buying, although Ethereum has a good score, right? Let me see what is, if we have anything that's bearish. Right, so like right now, these tokens right here, we would not touch. Obviously, we're still going through and doing the scores, but purely looking at just the technical analysis, the trading indicators, right? This is based on the weekly, right? We would not touch these projects. I mean, even Icon, ignore the fundamentals, right? Excuse me, from just purely technical analysis perspective, we are bearish. Now, obviously, we're still going through and backwards testing this trading indicator, right? Because we're trying to be different than any other trading indicator out there, right? Because the one on TradingView, I'm not sure if it's back tested, right? So with us, we want to make sure when we say something, it's a home run, like, you know? We want to make sure that there's data backing it up, right? And this one has no prediction data yet, right? But anyway, that's kind of the idea, right? So going back to, what was the question? Right, so in terms of what altcoins we would buy, a handful, right? So when I say that 95% of alts are dead or going to die in my last video, that does not necessarily mean that we're completely stop investing in alts. It just means that we'll be very conservative in what we invest in, and we'll only invest in a handful of alts, right? So going back to the spreadsheet, right? For IEOs or upcoming tokens, these are the ones, Perlin is now trading on Binance. These are the ones that have good tech score, but would also take into account the fundamental score as well, right? So for example, Perlin got a 87%, I believe, for the text technology score, and it got a 70 something for the fund. I think 75% for the fundamental, and the combined score, right? This is kind of the holistic score was at 81%, which is pretty good. Right now, would I invest in it at the moment? I've not invested in it, right? But Perlin is something I would personally consider. Right? I know a developer basically said in the last video that the technology is good, but he's kind of skeptical about the mainnet, right? Because if they can pull off what they claim they will pull off, it's going to be big, right? But he's kind of skeptical. Then kind of same thing with this, right? Blockstack, Facebook, Libra, right? So if I was a betting man, even though I'm not, right? But I guess investors are kind of betting men or women, right? I would, if I could pick something to invest in, it would be Blockstack or Facebook Libra. But Facebook Libra is not really doing nodes for the general public, right? I know they're doing the security token, but I mean Facebook Libra. I mean that is one that could change lives for investors, right? So basically, creme de la creme, only the best, right? As they say in France. Okay. All right, so I have to figure out why the camera keeps freezing. What do you think of Hashgraph Open Access? Okay, I don't even know what Hashgraph Open Access is. Let me look that up. Okay, I'm seeing a blog post here. Hedera Hashgraph Public Mainnet Open Access Plan for September 16th, 2019. Okay, so Dallas, Texas. Hedera Hashgraph and enterprise grade public blah blah blah. Mainnet beta will occur Monday, September 16th. Okay. Company raised 124 million in 2018. I mean, that was a lot of money. I think that's why we passed on it back then. Is there a Cliff Notes version of this? Okay, seems like I actually have to read this entire thing. Okay, so it has open sourced its mirror node code so that anyone who wants to run a mirror node can do so. Mirror nodes on the Hedera network provide access to all consensus decisions and the state of the ledger. While they do not participate in consensus, mirror nodes can provide a public record of transactions and the state. In addition, mirror nodes offer flexibility for the owner. Okay, so they're basically opening up nodes. Is that the case? Okay, I mean, we'll definitely have our team look into this, right? I'm not sure if they're going to be doing an IEO, but it seems they're going straight to exchanges, kind of like how Cosmos did, right? But our team is going to be kind of busy, just being honest, because Telegram, as mentioned, announced Telegram Ton. Where's that link? Okay, maybe I don't have the link. Alright, Telegram Ton. Right? They announced Telegram Ton. Okay, yeah, this is so our team is going to be doing a review on this, right? Because I think this is something that's going to be of interest to the crypto community as a whole, right? Comparing Telegram Ton to Facebook Libra, right? If you guys want to see that video, both the technology review and the fundamental analysis, let me know in the comments and smash the like buttons. But I think it's going to be a good comparison, right? Kind of like the two titans of the blockchain crypto space, or I guess the blockchain, of the messaging space. Okay, where's the link? Okay, yeah, so these are, so Telegram, Blockchain Explorer. Okay, yeah, this is too techy. Like, no, this is very, okay, here we go. Yeah, like this is very developer, like no graphics, no nothing, just pure text. Okay, so this is the Telegram or the Ton Blockchain Explorer. Okay, this is very basic too, but I mean, hey, if it works, it works, right? Okay, so let's view a block here. Yeah, this is very basic, isn't it? But anyway, we're going to have Paresh do a deep dive on this, and we'll have Sam and Sarab on our team also kind of do a deep dive on the fundamentals. But I mean, I think, guys, so going back to my earlier statement, right? When I say most altcoins are dead, that doesn't mean all of them are going to die. I just mean there's going to be a purge, a cleansing, right? And I don't want to get caught up in that purge, right? I already took my L with lots of ICOs, right? Like the whole space did. And now we have to be pickier investors, right? So Robert Lyon says, I would like to see that comparison, please. All right. Thank you. We'll try to have that out within 2 weeks, I would say. 2 weeks, maybe at the most 3 weeks, right? So, but the handful of projects, because now, guys, there's so many top-notch projects coming out, right? Facebook Libra, Telegram Ton, Blockstack, maybe even Hedera Hashgraph, right? It's to the point that you can't put your money in all the other 99 shitcoins, right? You have to really do your research and due diligence and find the best, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. The purge is coming. The whole space is going to be different afterwards. Yeah, absolutely, right? So definitely don't take my words, I mean, as me being very bearish on the space, right? I just think that as an investor, you can't force the market, right? Timing does matter, right? And sometimes you don't want to it's kind of like playing sports or basketball, right? You don't want to force a shot, right? Or you don't want to force a shot on goal for those who play soccer or football or whatever sport you play, right? You want to play good team basketball, right? Pass the ball around and get the best shot, right? Kind of like one shot, one kill, right? You don't want to spray and pray, all right? Because spraying and praying was amazing in 2017, right? But guys, newsflash, we're not in 2017 anymore, right? Unless we hop in the DeLorean and go back in time, right? We're not in 2017 anymore, right? So spraying and praying will get you wrecked, right? Now we have to do one shot, one kill, right? And so you have to be very patient and make sure that one shot you have, you make it count. You've done in-depth research, due diligence, and you know, okay, you know what? This is the one, right? So anyway, that's kind of my take on it. Okay, Wave Riders. So if you're still in from top of 2017, you would get out and wait for the ones who have the most potential to rise first. Good question. So if you were still holding tokens from 2017, I mean, for me, frankly, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, right? That would be giving investment advice. So until I become a registered investment advisor, I cannot do that, right? But all I can do is tell you what I personally am doing, right? And then you can go consult an expert or investment advisor or do your own research, right? And make your own decision. But for me personally, I mean, I'm basically looking at all the coins in my portfolio, and I ask myself, okay, for example, Chromia, right? Chromia. Do I think Chromia is going to be able to compete with Bitcoin, Blockstack, Facebook Libra, Telegram Ton, Hedera Hashgraph? I mean, all these big projects that have over $100 million in the bank, right? Is it going to be able to compete with this? If the answer is no, right, then I got to think about taking that L quickly, right? Now, obviously, we've not finished doing our new score for Chromia based on the new grading system we have, right? Because as mentioned before, when it comes to the technology, we only have the top 40 market cap, and Chromia is not even in the top 40 last time I checked, right? Chromia is 669, so we probably won't get to it for a while. I mean, $2 million market cap, right? So yeah, so this one is, I mean, I've been selling because I was part of the private sale. I've been selling every month or two, right? Excuse me, right? But that's kind of the mindset I have personally. I'm saying, okay, will these projects beat out all these top projects coming out, right? So I basically basically the idea is we would rank Chromia and then see how well it scores against all these other projects. Right now, the fact that there's so many coins to rank and it's going to take us a long time to get to it, right? I think it's definitely going to be tough. I think maybe even one thing we may consider is when we launch Tokenmetrics is kind of creating a community place to vote on what tokens we should review or analyze. I think that's something that could be helpful, right? Maybe as opposed to going through maybe after we do the top 50, right? Maybe we just have the community vote on the next coins, right? And have you guys tell us, hey, as opposed to doing 51, why don't you do Chromia? Why don't you do MetaHash or this or that, right? If that's something you guys think we should do, let us know in the comments below and give the video a like button, and our team will go through and review. Burris Houston says market cap is a weak indicator. Yeah, I mean it's weak, but it's real. I mean, in the sense that, I mean, volume matters, liquidity matters, right? And I mean, because I guess the question is, as an investor or trader, do you believe the market is always right? Right? That's been a long term debate, right? Is the market right? Is the market efficient, or is the market inefficient? Right? And it's a question that will probably not be answered for a while, quite frankly speaking, right? And my camera seemed to have gone out again. I have to figure out why that happens. Okay, guys, just give me a second. Not sure what the heck is going on with this camera. I'll be back shortly.
Slow. I won't slow you down. I'll try to hold you down. My eyes are open now. Won't slow you down. Won't slow you down. She want me never on her own, and yet I get her when I go. Want me forever getting close, but like me better when I close down. So many meetups gotta hold down. So many meetings on the road now. I gotta leave her for the show, but she really saying no.
Apologies for that. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why my camera keeps on going out. It must be just live stream software. Still trying to figure it out. But anyway, let's go back to the live stream. Okay, so we've definitely gone over an hour, but hey, I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, so guys, as mentioned, right, the market is cleansing the altcoins, the shitcoins. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm done taking L's, right? I'd rather be on the sideline and one shot, one kill, right? I mean, I've gone through so much that I can't even share publicly, right? I mean, not just the Spark stuff, but other kinds of things, but just, I would say I have grown a lot as an investor and as a person in the last 2 years, right? Because I'm not sure who says this, but it's a pretty popular quote, right? You learn a lot more from your failures than your successes, right? Especially in investing, right? And I think a lot of people don't really get that, right? From what I'm viewing and reading in the community, a lot of people seem to dwell in their L's, and I think that's a very poisonous mindset. Yes, I mean, we all take L's, right? But I don't think you can dwell in the past, because if you're dwelling in the past, you aren't really focused on the future. Right, and one can even say if you're dwelling in the past, you have no future. Right, I mean, and that's pretty deep, right? Not to get philosophical on you, but if you're dwelling in the past, you have no future. Right, because if you want to have a future, you can't dwell in the past. Right, the past is yesterday. The past is history. Right, so what you got to do is you have to learn from it, so that you don't repeat that same mistake in the future. Right, so basically, look at it from a 50,000-foot view. Take the lesson from that, store that in memory, and move on. All right? But if you're busy dwelling in that, that affects your future because you're too focused, right? You pay attention to what you focus on, right? And yeah, I mean, like, people have told me a lot, right, about Sparkster. Like, all this we're building, is because of the mistake we've learned from Sparkster, right? So yes, I mean, guys, I hate Sparkster more than anybody. I mean, I still have my tokens. I haven't even sold because LA token is a horrible exchange, right? But in a way, this for me is actually a blessing because I would never have had the urgency to change my system and bring in all these guys from JP Morgan, Blockchain, Goldman Sachs, and everybody to beef up our analysis. I mean, because the research we have now, 100x better than what we had before, in our personal opinion, right? But I had to have a stressor, a large mistake publicly to motivate me to change. I mean, because I was still in crypto retirement, I was more in Lambo, crypto slowdown this, right? But once I began taking these L's and seeing how they kind of gamed the system and our system, I was like, okay, we have to make this airtight. How can we never let this happen again? Right? And that's how we really beefed up the scoring system, right? We have all these different things we're looking at from just the technology, because you guys know before, technology-wise, we would just check to see if there was a product or prototype and if it was an all-star team. But now we're getting developers to open up the code, open up terminal, do test transactions, and we score it on various data points, right? On a score of 55, right? Just the technology itself. So that's a big change for us. Then same thing with the fundamentals, right? Initially we had fundamentals, but we've probably tripled the amount of data points we have, right? And we keep on strategizing to make this better and better and better. And quite frankly, I mean, all of this happened because of Sparkster and the bear market, right? Because we knew that, hey, the way we were eating before was not sufficient anymore, right? So to rephrase that, what got us to our success 2 years ago isn't going to keep us successful right now. And I think that's a general lesson anybody can understand, right? It's kind of like it's basic. I mean, as an engineer, as somebody who likes science, it's evolution at its finest, right? The survival of the fittest, right? Because nature, right? The world is always changing, and you constantly have to keep adapting, right? It's a race and battle of various different species, right? That are trying to survive, right? Because, for example, if humans figure out how to survive, like go all the way back millions of years ago, right? Humans learned to survive snakes, lions, animals. But guess what? Those animals also evolve, right? Even viruses, diseases, they evolve, right? Like even to this day, right? Lots of people are saying how bacteria is now becoming resistant to all kinds of different medications and things like that, right? And now we have to create new cures for that, right? Because it's a constant game of survival. And same thing with investing in the market, right? Even the system we're creating now, it's never done, right? We constantly have to keep on striving forward because this may work now in the next 1 or 2 years, but 10 years down the line, the market will change and we'll have to evolve with it, right? So I think it's definitely something everybody can learn from. You have to constantly keep on evolving as a person, as a business, in whatever you do, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry to get philosophical on that. Yes, Robert. Yeah, the seasons have changed. Well put, right? The way you're getting your bread, your money in winter or spring and summer is different, right? You have to evolve with it, right? Because hey, if you're a hunter-gatherer and you're used to eating these animals in the summer, and these animals or these birds or whatever migrate for the winter, you gotta adapt. You have to find a new diet. You have to find new prey, right? So anyway, that's kind of the gist of that. Okay, so next question here. Okay, yeah, no questions on Mentimeter. That's pretty much it for Mentimeter. Let me pull up the... Yeah, I'm not sure why it keeps getting stuck, guys. I have to look into that. Okay, yeah, so Burrs Houston is saying, just like the American dream, the L is for lessons. Yeah, well put. The L is for lessons. And guys, I'm seeing lots of people in crypto who are not seeing the lessons in their L. right? And I think that is huge. I mean, if anything, that's for me. That's been what's maybe successful in life, is I see lessons in everything, right? And I think I never like to put blame on anybody for anything, because as somebody who's read lots of self-help books, right? The thing is, if you put accountability or responsibility for a mistake on somebody else, that takes away the power of you to change that, because it's in somebody else's hand, right? Like for me, right? I can't blame Sparkster and Saj for all the money I lost and the hit I had to my reputation, right? Because I know if I put the blame on them, I can't fix that, right? So, if anything, I blame myself for believing their BS, right? Because then I know, okay, if it's on me, I can change that. I have to become a smarter investor. I have to go back, analyze, and see, okay, where did I go wrong, and then fix that, right? Am I still looking at Metrics and Wabi? No, not really. I mean, I'm basically on the sidelines. I already have the investments I've made, right? I'm not really planning to make any new investments, right? If anything, I mean, I'm more bullish on Token Metrics, the platform, so I'm putting my money in Token Metrics than some altcoin, to be honest, right? Except for the altcoins I've showed you, right? That short handful of list, right? Because if I had to invest in something, there are only 5 to 10 projects out there worth investing in, right? Am I going to share my portfolio again? Yeah, I mean, my portfolio is on my disclosures page. If you guys go to the Token Metrics blog, okay, so yeah, if you go to my Token Metrics blog and go to disclosures, this has our entire team's portfolio. All right, so this is what I have. All right, you guys can go here and just view that. Right, so I have MetaHash, Chromia, Alchemy is our investment we made, equity investment, about 2 months ago. Company from Techstars. I had a video of this on my channel. They're basically building decentralized market making, basically. Cody I still have, although it's been getting destroyed. Resistance, I've already kind of shared my thoughts on them. Basically, I think the team is very unethical. I'll just keep it at that. And that's not even trading anywhere. Sparkster, I still have. I haven't sold it. LA Token is a bad exchange. I don't even know if there's even volume to sell it. Right? Aeon, I have very little of that still. Eden Chain is like breadcrumbs. Right? What about MetaHash? I mean, MetaHash is also getting destroyed, guys. I mean, let me see. Yeah, I mean, I have MetaHash, but yeah, as mentioned before, the technicals on it are very bearish. All right, so I'm not here to like shill MetaHash, even though I'm an advisor, right? I mean, the technicals say, I mean, it is what it is, right? This is just kind of an indicator, right? Always do your own research, but it's not looking good. I mean, honestly, for any altcoin, well, not any altcoin, but for 95% of altcoins, right? So going back to the list here, right? I mean, me personally, I would not be touching anything below 80% fundamental-wise, right? So 80% fundamentals or higher. Well, actually, in general, though, I would say combined score 80% or higher is probably a better, right? Combined score of the weights for the fundamentals and the technology, right? So basically just kind of stay tuned for the videos we're putting out, right? All this is kind of being worked on by our team, but that's kind of all I can say, right? So MetaHash technical analysis wise, it's bearish as shown here, right? So I definitely cannot say I would buy more, right? When the technical indicator says bearish, right? I would not buy more. How much Bitcoin minimum do you think are needed to land on the moon? Good question, Barry. To land on the moon, a lot. I mean, Bitcoin is what? I mean, I'm not sure how much even tickets to the moon cost, right? Because I think I saw recently that the Russians sent a robot to the moon. I mean, to outer space. But I know Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are working on getting humans to and getting humanity to the moon, right? And they're spending millions. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. Right? I know Bezos has spent over $1 billion, right? So I'm not sure how much it's going to make. Let's say we have 1,000 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is what, 10,000, right? So it's going to be a lot, guys. 10 million for a ticket, maybe they'll sell tickets on their spaceships. I'm not sure, but that's something you guys can Google. Do you see what happened with NXPS? That's Pundi X. It's almost 1 Satoshi. Oh man, really? Oh, wow, that's crazy. One Satoshi. Wow. I mean, can it go further down from here? But hey, I mean, they're top 60 market cap though. So I mean, and volume is all right. LA token volume is not organic. Allegedly, right? We'll just keep it at that. All right. This exchange as well. Never heard of it. So yeah, seems also like it's fake volume. This never heard of it. Seems pretty fake. I mean, so CoinMarketCap said recently that they're going to be cleaning up their exchange rankings, the metrics they pull in. And I think that's definitely something that has to be done because there's too much wash trading going on, right? And that's why I'm looking forward to having the SEC clean up the space, right? I mean, because we can't have these exchanges messing it up for everybody. Because I mean, investors are losing money on this fake value, right? Who has ever signed up for an exchange hoping to go sell or buy your tokens on there, and the order books are so thin, right? So I mean, I hate to be so pessimistic, but I mean the bear market does that to you, right? It makes you wise up, right? I wouldn't call it being a pessimist. I'll call it wisdom, right? So as we mentioned earlier, right, we turned our L's into lessons, right? And and lessons give you wisdom. All right, so thoughts on Hedera Hashgraph? We kind of covered that earlier, right? Our team is going to look into it, right? So I can't really say much, but I mean, they seem to have lots of big names backing it. Elrond, ERD. Yeah, Elrond we're going to have to look into it too. I think on our old score, it had a good score on the old fundamental score we had on my old spreadsheet. But using this brand new spreadsheet, we have to go back and rescore it, right? But I think it's going to do pretty decent. I mean, I'll be surprised if they score pretty low, right? I mean, because what they're doing from a tech perspective, we actually knew about Elrond over a year ago, right? Because our Crypto World tour took us everywhere. So we went to Bucharest, Romania, and Crypto Family, our hosts there, Razvan and Vlad. If you guys are watching this, you guys, thank you for hosting us. Thank you for the love. We definitely appreciate it. Their group or their syndicate put us in touch with Elrond CEO, and actually I had a call with him. I think it was like 20-minute phone call with him. This was spring 2018, right? And he said that they were still building. They weren't gonna plan to do an ICO yet. They wanted to just focus on building. And man, I mean, 1 year later, Binance, right? I mean, so hey, congrats to those guys who got in, right? I think it opened like 5 or 10x for the IEO, right? But anyway, that's kind of that. Matic Network, yeah. So we think Matic Network is going to do very well, right? We don't really see any issue with that going. I mean, but obviously, we have to do an official score on them. Right, so we can't really say much until we actually score them. But Matic Network, I mean, every developer I talk to likes that technology. I mean, Paresh likes Matic Network. I mean, he actually has some Matic Network in his portfolio, right? So as a developer, because when we hired him, I actually had him do some tests, right? And one of the tests he did was was doing a review on Matic Network, right? But that was before we kind of created this new scorecard we have. But he likes it. Missed your comment on Sovereign. Been in and out tonight. Sorry if I missed it. I didn't cover Sovereign yet, Barry, unfortunately. But we'll definitely put that on the list, right, as we get to it, right? I think it makes sense to have a place for the community to vote on tokens for us to review, right? I think that definitely is something we have to consider. So I will put that on our list and speak with our team, right? And yeah, I like your application. I think it has huge potential. Thank you, Burst. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it, right? Thank you so much. King Nick in the house. BitMax is about to pop off. Guys, yeah, BitMax, man. Do not sleep on BitMax, right? I don't own any BitMax, but during Consensus Week, earlier in the year, we went to their new offices in Times Square, New York. And you can see the view of New York, and you're like, what is a crypto exchange doing in Times Square, New York? I mean, so these guys are definitely going for the top. They're going for the throne, right? So we think that they're in New York working on a maybe bit license, right? Because New York has a very high threshold for exchanges, right, with a bit license. And we think that, and it's also Wall Street, right? That's where it's the finance capital of the world. So we think they have a plan to come in and open up to Americans, right, and kind of become licensed and regulated, right? So definitely keep your eye on BitMax. Okay, Harmony, Phantom, and Stellar. Harmony on our old scorecard was good. Phantom, we passed on that a while back. We're gonna have to look at it again, right? Phantom and Stellar. But I mean, I think for now though, Harmony. I think even with the new scorecard, Harmony is going to score well. Is it better to hold BNB with futures coming? I think we kind of covered it for those who missed it, right? We're adding a predictions to token metrics, right? And one of the features that we're testing out, right, is building machine learning models to predict the price of different tokens, right? So according to this, right, obviously past projections are not indicative of future performance or returns, so not financial advice. Do your own research. Okay, sorry guys, you guys can't see my screen. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, yeah, you guys should be able to see my screen now. But yeah, so based on this, things are not looking bullish for BNB. We think it's going to go down to $25. But once again, this is just a prediction, right? This gives us a range, right? And the further out we go, day by day, as you guys can see, right, the bigger the range gets, right? So for example, actually this should be updated, right? What is the price of BNB now? Okay, I will tell the developer to do that. We should have that running daily. Okay, so yeah, BNB is, man, $22. Oh man, I did not even know it was dropping like that. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so the price is the price dropped even. It dropped super fast, right? So, oh man, yeah, it dropped super fast, and yeah, because the further out we go, right, we have a wide range, right? So by September 25th, we're thinking $20 to $31, but it dropped even faster. Okay. But anyway, this is something we're working on. If you guys think this is valuable, let me know, right? This price prediction, right? Whether it's something you think we should add as a feature for token metrics. Okay, somebody says thoughts on 1101 news or insights. Yeah, I mean, so as an investor and advisor to the project, they'll be putting out a news. They'll have news coming out soon, right? I would say in a month or so, I hope, right? Obviously, I'm just an advisor. I don't have control or as much foresight as the actual direct team or the CEO, but I've been told that they have news, right? And that's really all I can say. BitMax stopped mining. is good for the price. No more can it go in circulation. Yeah, I saw that. That's very interesting, right? So I'm not sure why they stopped the mining. I'm not sure if maybe it's for regulatory reasons, right? I'm not sure why. All right. I know lots of current exchanges were known for doing transaction mining and kind of using that as a way to kind of cause people to hold or even maybe pump the price. But yeah, I don't really know why. All right, guys, but I think it's time for us to really start to wrap this up, right? But before we wrap up, though, I think let me give you guys one more nice surprise. Well, actually, this is a video you guys have seen already before. Right? I think let's do the Moon Lambo. All right, let's go out with Moon Lambo. Right, so let me pull this out here. Okay, are you guys ready for Moon Lambo to end the show? Right, if you guys like this show, give it a thumbs up, smash the like buttons to the moon and beyond, share with your friends, right? And guys, yeah, I mean, it's been a rough few years, right? Bitcoin is now slowly going back up, but it's time for us to really, I mean, guys, if we survive this, we can survive anything, right? So I think this music video is really just inspiration of what's possible, right? Anyway, without further ado, let's go to Moon Lambo.
True. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. We feel good, don't it? Alright. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon with the angels. Made man began, hustle to greatness. Elon's on the phone, he got our wallets a spaceship, but diaries for free. That's if you want to attain it. Spreadsheet can't leak if it ain't coming with payments now. I give the blueprint to build, making the moon a plan. I went from being a lunatic to a lunar land. You day to day it, you make it no matter who the man. My chart is shooting in, tell me if it's cool to land. ICOs, my coins points mushroom like Marios. I might take the shit to Mars, my portfolio could bring my whole entourage like I'm Arigo. Because moon in the Lambo, ain't a hater who presume where we can't go. Lambos pulling up in twos like it's tango. Up in the clouds with my crew like I'm Lando. Yeah, just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We fly where they can't land. Lifestyle so good I gotta write down. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle I never gotta lie about. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Yeah, I wasn't always a celebrity. Had to do right till I left you a legacy. Blood, sweat, and tears on this trail like a Cherokee. Business had a mission like Apollo and so heavenly. Mercy, Alago, or Galata with the leather seats. How should I roam from my home through the 7 seas? And one day this wasn't built, I'm not Romulus. Grind till you sitting on a bill with no monikers. This for my mama, I turned up with no thermometers. I strain day after night like the Andromeda. I know what time it is, looking in the sky to lift my spirits. And my spirits, I don't whine, I just grind and get. Yeah, trusting the process is essential. Studying the chart should be the object of your mental. Make the most to get the laser focus like you Diplo. You keep a couple secrets in the tails of the crypto. Keep keep a couple secrets in the tales of the crypto. Make the most to get the laser focus like you Diplo. Yeah, trust in the process is essential. Studying my chart should be the object of your mental. Moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle so good I gotta write down. Trying down, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle I never gotta lie about. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Yeah. Alright. Don't make me pull my drive out. Crypto life. Yeah, yeah. Made man, baby, baby. How to rap true. Yeah. Diary made man. Stay tuned. Go.
All right, and that is a wrap, guys. Thank you guys so much. It's been great. An hour and a half on a Sunday. Hope you guys have a great week. Anybody who's in DC, I'll be at the Black Blockchain Summit. See you guys there, doing my keynote on Tuesday. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. Always appreciate the love. To the moon and beyond.